Hi everyone, welcome to the February numerology overview for the month itself. This video, I'm just going to talk about the frequency of February and the fact and how it moves and functions inside of 2025, which is a 9 frequency of cause and effect. All right. So probably 10 minutes long, and then I will move to your personal year directives. If you don't know what your personal year numerology is, I highly recommend that you start following this oracle because, man, does it produce a lot of bang for the buck for help in navigating our lives in relationship and our careers and our own our goals and nurturing ourselves, all sorts of things. There's a video that covers that sometime last year in early April, I believe. I think it's called Figuring Out Your Personal Year Number. So head back there and have a listen. It's really short, tight, easy math. Okay, so 2 frequency is about relationship with other people, period. And assessing the overall health of relationship with another human being. It is not a big thought, a big global community idea. It is one-to-one relational health. And what does that look like? Where's the balance? Are we overgiving? Are we undergiving? Are we being in a healthy stance in our balancing between cooperation with others for all intents and purposes, right? And that balancing factor with ourselves. Where is the overgiving? Where is the undergiving on both sides of the equation? And where is the middle ground for health? The art of diplomacy, talking about it, finding the middle ground. In every sector of life in February, where you are in relationship with people, this is going to come up. Now, the sobering part of this is any time that we are in a 9 global year, the law of cause and effect is heavily in play. It doesn't have an emotional connection to any of it, by the way. It just is something that is happening, which is a need for there to be a cleaning out of the old in order for there to be space for the new. 9 has 2 components to it. One is the continued growth of the healthy parts of life, our lives, and the lives of the planet as a whole, our communities, and our personal lives, as well as what needs to go. It's got to go. It's outlasted its usefulness. At one point, it was highly useful, or it was something that you didn't feel like you had the bandwidth to tackle at the time, and now you have another opportunity to tackle it. So, relationship. This is what we've got, because 2 is also a highly intuitive number, living in the world where words don't do much good, right? A heart center, it's sitting in all the feels and hearing and seeing things that are not being said. It makes it sometimes difficult for us to sit down and have a logical conversation about the health or the need for healthier habits in our relationships. And that is something that the only thing I can suggest is things like meditation. Intuition is my middle name. It's the job that I've done for the last 20 years of my life as an intuitive counselor and seer. You have to become friends with your emotional intelligence. And so the 2 frequency, because it's the twin card of male, female, divine masculine, and divine feminine, which basically just means you are a human being, that you're a spiritual being that's having a human experience, right? It means the gifts of the feminine and the gifts of the masculine, intuition and doing. This balance inside of all of ourselves, that's what is important first, and then coming out and being in relationship with somebody who is exactly that in their own form, right? How do we find cooperation? How do we find health and balance so that we respect one another and we honor and we value each other? So we are part of this conversation, and to do so in a way that is productive means not victimizing. It means front-loading kindness and compassion, clarity. If you guys have had your emotional bank account overdrawn, yeah, then a conversation needs to happen. And if the conversation hits a brick wall and there is no room for discourse, where you feel like you have overgiven, you are tired, you feel taken advantage of. This is like this whole part of the 2 frequency that really demands that we find for ourselves the balance inside of ourselves of overgiving and undergiving, and pivoting accordingly. And then to have a conversation with friends, colleagues, co-workers, neighbors, children, parents, in order to reestablish for the sole purpose of bettering relationship. It's not powering over or having somebody power over you. It is finding the balance, cooperative balance. We're going to run into it all month long. And I want to also say, because 9 is cause and effect, that if you do make a decision to call it a day in varying relationships in your life, or that that is something that will actually lock and load and take effect. All right? So be mindful, guys, of how you're speaking. Be mindful first of how you're feeling. Take solid assessment with yourself. How's your emotional bank account? And where is it that you need to reset for better health and longevity and relationship across the board of your life? Take those steps. Think before you speak. Do your best to stay out of blame or feeling shame for yourself. And let's say you just don't feel like, I don't know why I couldn't bring this up before. I didn't feel self-confident, or I don't know, whatever, or shaming another person, motivating others through guilt. Just don't do any of that. Just stay out, as far out as you possibly can, because it's just not worth. That is its own form of inauthenticity and not telling your own truth. All right. So try to stay on the right side of this 2 frequency. Let's build healthier relationships across the board of our lives. It'll happen in our own communities. It's going to happen globally too. We'll see both manifestations, and quickly the cause and effect will fall into play. If you got to go make something right, go make it right. Do you know what I mean? And find the courage to do it in a way that is supportive of the bogey being overall health. That's my suggestion there. The other fun part of the 2 frequency is there is play involved. Because the base of 2 is love, there's play involved. And that play includes small gatherings of people doing interesting things that they just love to do. It's a creative energy, and oftentimes, people will have gatherings, and they're small gatherings again, just small gatherings in their home or small events going out, and being in community with others. New people are also a huge part of the 2 frequency, so pay attention to that. If you've tipped over into the oftentimes what this relationship energy can bring into our lives is shining a bright light on where we have just martyred ourselves, doormatted ourselves, gone overboard in giving. And guess what the result of that is? We become agoraphobic and we retreat. Well, if you do that, you make yourself scarce. You're missing the window and opportunity to meet some potentially important people who are going to influence and impact your life in really cool ways, right? So, relationships, guys, it is up. And you will have the opportunity over and over again through February to assess, right the ship, and take those steps that are, think before you engage. Okay, just take a couple of beats back and just prepare for bringing up various conversations, because 2 is an intuitive frequency. So you just don't want to be flying by the seat of your pants, your intuitive pants. All right? Okay, guys, big hugs. I'm going to move on to your personal year recordings next. We'll talk to you in a second. Bye.